You're still with your feel-good breakfast show. It is Expresso here on SABC3. Time to talk about money. Yes, money, money, money. With 5 weeks of lockdown behind us and, well, who knows how many more weeks ahead of us. It's safe to say that these are challenging times for us all when it comes to that money. And whilst we recognize that many South Africans have faced job losses or pay cuts, there are some who have had the privilege to continue working from home. But regardless of who you are, we've all had to drastically change the way that we see our money and think of the future. And this morning, we are joined by one of our favorite friends in finance. It's Sisandile Cikido, and she is the head of NEDBANK's retail investments, who's here to show us all how we can all find a way to save during the lockdown. Sisa, good morning. Thanks so much for making the time for us.
Good morning, guys. I wish I was in Cape Town, but hey, thank you.
Hey, you are safe at home. Of course, better days are coming.
Right?
But Sisa, for those people who are at home and still wondering how we can regroup and understand where we can save, because we're not spending money on transport, dinners, and leisurely activities. Where can we spend this money? Where can we save this money?
So I think a step back, I would advise you, as I would advise a friend and anyone else, is firstly to have a look at your 3 months bank statement if you're not a budgeting guru, right? 3 months bank statement, say prior to lockdown. What you were spending your money on, whether it is birthday dinners and birthday gifts. Now we can't even go and visit people for their birthdays. Mine is coming up on Friday and I'm like, I'm going to be sitting here on the couch. Nobody's going to be spending money on me.
Oh, no!
I know. It's little things like that where, another thing I was going to be doing, I was going to be traveling for my birthday. So that's another saving that I've kind of made. And this is happening in a lot of circles that I'm in. People can't travel, people can't spend. So it's good to have a look at your track record, which I call it the track record, but it's your 3 months bank statement. And if you have a budgeting app that kind of tracks your spending, that also makes it much easier. So if you look at that, some of the key things that I'm spending on, for instance, I'm saving, on, is my gym membership. So that's like a 500 Rand saving on its own. On my entertainment budget, I'm looking at saving something like 2,000 Rand. On gas, I'm saving about 2,000 Rand for a month. So it's very good to take stock because you don't really realize it while you're spending it. As you're going out or you're doing whatever, you don't realize just how much you're spending. So if you look at that and you are in a position where you are lucky enough to still be earning the same salary, it would be an injustice to yourself to not take that money and put it away and make sure that it's actually doing more for you than what it would have if you were spending it. Take the money that you do save, hypothetically, if it's 50% of that, and take it and put it in a notice deposit account where it's not necessarily too long term unless you know for a fact what your finances and what your earning capacity is going to be for the rest of the year, where you can notice deposit account and you can easily access it should there be a rainy day in your life or you have to have a pay cut, etc. You're already sorted for some of your bills.
If someone's asking or thinking to themselves, but I don't feel like I'm saving or spending any less during the lockdown, how can you encourage them to see their money differently and identify saving opportunities? Where do they look?
So definitely you have to see your money differently. And back to having a scan your life, scan your financials, scan your bank statement. Have a look at the little things that you generally pay for. For instance, Joburg parking is very expensive. I'm sure actually Cape Town is worse, but Joburg parking is expensive. If you're not driving and you would on average go to the mall and spend 10 Rand, you go on average to the mall maybe 3 times a week and you'd spend 10 Rand on parking. That's 30 Rand. 30 Rand times 4 weeks. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's the little things.
So we know, Sisa, that many South Africans have faced salary cuts or even, job security is threatened across the board during this lockdown. But the lockdown has also given us all a massive wake-up call in terms of how precious money is and the importance of being mindful and strategic to some extent with our money. How do you recommend that viewers start looking at their money in this time, particularly when it comes to planning? What do they need to be doing and looking at as far as planning is concerned?
So we're working from home, etc., and there's a lot of work that needs to be done. But I mean, on the weekend when I love the outdoors. So I'd either be hiking or I'd be running and I'd be out having breakfast and doing things like that. I now actually have those hours to sit with myself and think. And one of the things that we definitely need to do is, I've said this on the show before, is to get naked with ourselves, get naked with your finances, get like to the point where you've got nothing to hide. You know exactly what you're owing. You know exactly what you're earning, etc. And if you're owing anything, you look at that debt and you look at what is it that I'm paying the highest interest on and that I can pay rather quickly. I mean, we've seen interest rate cuts. This is the time to actually maintain the payment that, I mean, a 2 million rand bond, for instance, now you're paying about 1,250 rand less than what you were paying 3 months ago. So this is the time to redirect those funds either into the bond or into another debt that maybe is a shorter term debt, or if you're lucky enough to be debt free, then this is the time to then direct those funds into an investment or a good savings account that will give you the opportunity to earn some interest. But I think everyone has the gift of time right now, and this is the time that we need to evaluate our bank statements, to evaluate our financial behavior, to evaluate our financial character, and see what it is that we can change going forward.
Wow, Sisa, this morning, some financial golden nuggets of wisdom. Thank you so much for your time. It really is about stripping it all off and finding those areas where our money can work better for us in the future. Of course, savings are not always associated with earning more, but they often do come from spending less. So use this time at home to sit with your money and identify where you can save. Both the NEDBANK 32-day and 12-month fixed deposit accounts, they charge no monthly fees, which guarantees your savings even more. You can visit nedbank.co.za for more information on these accounts. Lots to think about.
Kick off your savings goals with 0 monthly fees and unlimited swipes. Get a pay-as-you-use account on the NEDBANK Money app today.
Money.